Lucasfilm is having a shakeup in leadership. As its longtime president Kathleen Kennedy is stepping down, the production studio, which produces the Star Wars and Indiana Jones series, will now be co-run by Lucasfilm Executive Vice President and Chief Creative Officer Dave Filoni. It was announced on Thursday. Kennedy, 72, was reported by Puck News to have telegraphed her exit nearly a year earlier. But Filoni, who is best known for co-creating The Mandalorian, was only recently confirmed as her replacement. However, Lucasfilm's parent company, the Walt Disney Company, appears to be indicating that it will take to people to do the job Kennedy did over her 14-year tenure, as Filoni will share control of the studio with the current president and general manager of Lucasfilm Business, Lin Brennan. The change in leadership follows years of fan complaints about Kennedy's stewardship of Lucasfilm since George Lucas gave up control of the series he started. Despite the massive financial success of the sequel trilogy and spin-off films that were released under her leadership, the Daily Mail has reached out to Kennedy for comment. It has been a true privilege to spend more than a decade working alongside the extraordinary talent at Lucasfilm, Kennedy said in a statement on Thursday. Their creativity and dedication have been an inspiration, and I'm deeply proud of what we've accomplished together. I am excited to continue developing films and television with both longtime collaborators and fresh voices who represent the future of storytelling. Disney CEO Bob Iger also paid tribute to the departing Kennedy in a statement. When we acquired Lucasfilm more than a decade ago, we knew we were bringing into the Disney family not only one of the most beloved and enduring storytelling universes ever created, but also a team of extraordinary talent led by a visionary filmmaker, someone who had been handpicked by George Lucas himself, no less. He said. Disney Entertainment co-chairman Alan Bergman, whom Filoni and Brennan will report to, joined in the praise of Kennedy's leadership and the new team leading Lucasfilm. It has been a true privilege to spend more than a decade working alongside the extraordinary talent at Lucasfilm, he said in a statement. Their creativity and dedication have been an inspiration, and I'm deeply proud of what we've accomplished together. I am excited to continue developing films and television with both longtime collaborators and fresh voices who represent the future of storytelling. Kennedy isn't making a clean break from Lucasfilm, as she will stay on as a producer of the next upcoming Star Wars films, The Mandalorian and Grogu, which will be released on May 22nd, and Star Wars Starfighter, which isn't expected until 2027, according to The Hollywood Reporter. Kennedy will also be free to produce projects outside of Lucasfilm following her departure. Filoni's title will now be President and Chief Creative Officer, Lucasfilm, and in that role, he will oversee the creative direction of the studio. Brennan will be responsible for the business affairs of the studio as co-president, Lucasfilm. Disney isn't breaking any new ground with its practice of separating creative and business aspects of its subsidiaries. The publication notes Disney previously took the same approach by having Pixar co-led by Pete Docter and Jim Morris, while Walt Disney Animation was run by Jared Bush and Clark Spencer. However, while Filoni was long seen as the logical successor to Kennedy, Brennan was a surprise choice to help lead Lucasfilm. Kennedy can boast of impressive successes under her leadership, including the choice to revive the Star Wars theatrical films with the sequel trilogy. She was responsible for selecting J.J. Abrams to direct 2015's The Force Awakens, which went on to gross more than $2 billion. Its sequel, 2017's Rian Johnson directed The Last Jedi, earned over $1.3 billion and is considered one of the greatest of all the Star Wars films by critics. And while 2019's J.J. Abrams-led conclusion, The Rise of Skywalker, was beset by mixed reviews and fan disgust, it still earned more than $1 billion.